Okay, so welcome back to this video. And then today what we're going to do is just have a look at more of the front end, looking at what we can do. If we get to it, we might go back to the back end and try to get some more data and organize everything. But otherwise, just the front end, making sure everything's looking like it should, ensuring all the components are loading fine, and just about that. Okay, so with that, let's get into our client and then run it. That is fine, and we will also run our server. Okay, so it's loading our app. Okay, section dot can be okay, I know why this is. Don't worry about this for now, because I created, because that is what we're going to work on it right now, section.txs, and I have nothing in here, so I'll call it is a const. What do I going to call this? So these are cards. Let's just call it section. That's fine, and we'll do export default of section. And this is what we are going to work at today. And what I mean by section is if I go back to my readme, so I think I talked about it in the last video as well. Let's quickly talk about it. It's basically this section. We made these cards last time, so today we will make this whole section where it says the your playlist and then the view more button. So that's basically everything we're doing today. So let's go back to index. So basically, so this title row here is what we are going to use for our content. So if we go back, so for here right now, all I'll do is return, and then I'll return this. Of course, the class, let's do that right now. So we'll say class, because in React you can't say class, you have to say class name. So we'll still replace all, but that does the job, I think. Oh my god, why is it done that? Wait, I got a class name. Okay, that's good. Okay, since we have that, we have the your playlist. What we are going to do is here, first let's lay out this properly so we can see. So what my plan is that you get some kind of title. We will receive that from section, and we will also do the same for the actual content of the app. So if I go back to my previous app, so I had the row playlist, which is one row, and that has the button and the title. So that was it, and this was the actual another row that had the contents. So what I'm going to do is pass this row or div, whatever you want, this row, to my section, and my section will display that within it. So that is the plan. So if I go back to my name card here, right? So I'm going to pass this name card, which is basically just a row with all of the data inside it. But I'm going to do this from the app TSX. So here, how I say name card, I will be passing that inside the section. So instead of saying that, I will be, what I will say is section. Let's leave that there, and then it will basically have some params here, and one of them will take in the navbar. So section, why is it not? Because I haven't imported it. That's why. There we go. have section, and in the actual section, can save. So we just have the button and the name. Okay, let's just see if it's rendering correctly for now. So I got your playlist and view more. Okay. Okay, so now I think it's a good idea to start with actually defining the things that I need. So I will be receiving props, and out of those props, in here we will display the title. So we'll say props, the title, whatever title that we receive, and then for the view more button, I don't think it is necessary for us to pass any props, because it's always going to be a view more, but we could do that if the button was meant to represent something else. And what I will do is I'll add another div in here, and we'll give it a class name of container, and we will pass all of this inside that container. So basically what we have is this is one row. If I just lay it out a bit more nicer, you see. So we have a row inside which is divided into two columns, and that row is basically the title and the view more button. And so under it we will have another one which we will call what will display is just props dot say. I think that's good enough. Yep. So that is how it will work. So if I go back to my app.tsx, all I have to do here is have section. So I can say title, and that is just simply going to be your playlist, and my what did I call it, playlists, lists. Can't remember. Playlists, yeah. And that is, I don't know if this is going to work, but it's simply going to be my name card prop, and my name card is also going to need some props. So the data equals to, yeah, I have no idea this is going to work. Hopefully it does. Let's comment that out just to make sure it's not displayed twice. Props is implicit type of any. Props. Okay, so basically what we are going to do is we are going to have the React FC component. So it's a react.fc, and then it is going to take in some props. So we'll just call it section props. Let's make that as small, and we'll say that, and we will define our prop up here, and we will say section props, and that is simply going to have a title, which is going to be a string, and the playlist, which is going to be jsx.element. Okay. From props does not exist on type section props. Okay. And hopefully that works. I think that is still part of one thing, right? Yeah, it is, because they are all crammed into one. Then that is because we have not styled our container or the rows up here. So this is time to go back to our GitHub and to copy some code. So if I go back to static CSS, and it'll be within main, and we will just copy everything that we had. So we button. Is that a thing? Mm, more button is a thing. So copy that, and inside here somewhere, here we'll say style. Copy paste that there. Make sure that is that, and that is logo. Okay, let's see how that changes. Nothing, because it's only like the button. I think is the tiniest of a difference. And then okay, so we'll go back to our app. Don't need this anymore. I do want to give this the class name of container as well. Or maybe I don't want to, because container does have margins in it. So but I do want to give it some styles, because it is right now not great. So we'll make it a flex box. Give it flex box, and what we want to do is, because they're down right now, we'll give the flex direction to be side by side. So that will be column. No, am I even thinking of the right thing? But yeah, no, is it row? I think it might be row. Still there. Okay, let's see if row changes it. There we go. So now it's where it should be. This get data is really going to be annoying from now on, even though I do have it here. So what if I make this get data? I can't even just comment it out just for the time being to see if it's affecting the layout. No, so it's because I even forgot what problem I had. I think it was some CSS layout problem. Spend a lot of times, because CSS is fiddly and you can't figure out what's going wrong. I think I had like pretty much given up at that point. I've got it now, but I had pretty much given up at that point. And then I was just going through the code, and I realized I did not need a lot of the forms. I was using form as a wrapper for a lot of buttons or like a lot of sections, which I think made sense when using Flask. But I feel like because I am using React and Node, I won't need that, because I can do a lot of routing directly through React. So I just removed like a form from, I think, somewhere, like the named cards or something. Basically anywhere there was a form, I removed it, and then the layout works automatically now. Well, like it works. So I think in terms of styling, that's fine. As you can see here, it's exactly the same section. I did it just to test out that everything was working. So if I show you that part right now quickly, so just added exactly the same section, but because we've given it a title, we can just pass the top artist title, and then we're passing the name card with the playlist data. So what we will do is, next time we will get the actual top tracks, which we haven't made yet, even in the server side here. We will actually get the top artists, and I think I also want the top tracks for the user. So we will make 3 sections here, get those data, get them displaying, and then after that we can start working on layouts of viewing more, and then also the layouts of, if we click on this, let's say playlist, it should direct us to the details about this playlist. So with that, I think I'll see you in the next one.